How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today, I'd like to talk to you about multi-level marketing schemes. In other words, basically pyramid schemes. In the US, these multi-level marketing schemes are actually legal, but they are structured like a pyramid style, so I would call them a pyramid scheme anyway. It's really amazing that they can still continue to conduct business even though they're in a pyramid structure. It's just sort of kind of in this gray area where it's not exactly like a pyramid scheme, but they kind of put these bells and whistles around it to make it not seem like one as much. You may recognize some of these products that I'm going to talk about, but I'm not going to name a particular company because there's just so many of them out there. In particular, the first one I got exposed to, it's a knife company. There's one that sells makeup, another one that sells vitamins, and another one that sells shopping portals. Shopping portals, as you know, is basically free, and you can get free ones that are pretty good already. So there's really no need to, join a pyramid scheme just to use a shopping portal. Most of these multi-level marketing schemes sells things through word of mouth. Basically, you are recruited and you are to sell things to a bunch of people you know, or maybe even strangers. The mastermind up here of that company is all the way up here where they take a cut out of everything basically, and they have these, national managers or regional managers that basically got a whole bunch of people to sign up through them, so then they sit at the top of the pyramid or really high up, so they can get a really high percentage off of every single person. So that's what's a pyramid here. This guy gets a percentage of all the sales these guys make. These guys get a percentage of all the sales these guys make. And then by the time anyone has heard of it, you're probably one of these guys that's like 4 or 5 levels deep. And basically, no matter how hard you work, you're really not gonna make all that much. For the average person that's joining one of these, you're gonna be benefiting all the people higher up. Now you can work yourself to death and basically work really, really hard and still, make an okay living, probably. Being a pyramid scheme kind of sucks because everything you do has a cut taken out of it. I had the unfortunate experience of going to one of these presentations by one of these multi-level marketing schemes. Of course, they don't tell you that it's one of these pyramid methods or whatnot, because once you go into the presentation, they're gonna start brainwashing you. They're gonna tell you how good it is. Maybe some people might not believe it, but when I went, I think there were like 20 people in this one small presentation class. Only one person kind of expressed that, oh, this is weird, and he left. And most people that heard his comment was just kind of annoyed because they want to join this class and join this group. They really want themselves to succeed, so they kind of saw this outsider that's complaining it being one of these schemes as an intrusion, and it was disliked actually. So when you go to one of these presentations, it's usually maybe one of these ones that are trying to recruit a whole bunch of people. So then they're gonna start the brainwashing, where once you walk in, they're gonna show you maybe how good the product is, and then they're gonna try to delay how much it actually costs. And then at the end, usually they require you to put a sum of money in to buy the product so that you can take it and do presentations to other people. So for these type of scheme, you actually have to put a good outlay of money, and then you have to do quite a bit of work before you can actually recoup the costs. And don't be surprised because sometimes they require maybe a couple hundred, 600 in the form of buying the initial product. You're gonna go, yeah, it's gonna be worth it or something like that. They just tell you all these things to make you a team member basically, and you're gonna buy into it basically. If you actually haven't came across my video before and never came across one of these multi-level marketing schemes and you go to the presentation, yeah, you might just get sucked into it. The one that I went to, they actually addressed that it's a multi-level marketing scheme. They didn't say that exactly. I think they used the term pyramid scheme exactly. And then they say, yes, this is not exactly a pyramid scheme. It's kind of like it, but then it's completely legal in California or whatever state you are in. So they say it's legal, they've been around for how many years, and people like the product, and they try to build up the reputation. So you go, yes, it's a legitimate company, and it's a legitimate way for them to do advertising. They might say, they don't do traditional advertising. They like to advertise through word of mouth because their product is so good, on and on. And so they say for knives, makeup, vitamins, or shopping portals. Another point I like to make is when you go to these presentations, their effort is to get you to join. Once you join, you're gonna spend a little bit of money to buy the products. Maybe after you buy the initial products, you go and try to sell them to your friends and family. You are not able to. Maybe you can sell half of it or something, but then the rest of it, well, is just, you know, stuff that you bought then and you didn't really make any money. Well, the person that you bought it from actually made that money. So them recruiting you is their form of making money, not selling the products to people. So you are actually the product, because when you go to these presentations, you are the product where they are making money off of you. They're not saying, hey, let's join this thing where you can start making money. The initial purchase is when they actually make the money. So yes, if you keep on going at it and keep being able to sell a whole bunch of stuff, yes, you will make some money, but the person that recruited you is gonna make even more. I have heard of catchphrases where they try to convince you that you're gonna make a lot of money, but then they don't really say, oh yeah, you're gonna be rich and stuff, because nobody believes that. They're gonna go, no, you're not gonna be rich. It's dependent on how much effort you put in. So they try to amp you up like this and go, hey, you know, whatever work you put in, you're actually gonna get money out. So they're gonna do things like where you do a presentation or something, they're actually going to pay you money for every single presentation you do. So it's kind of like an advertising fee. They pay you to do the presentation, and even if you don't sell anything, they still pay you. I'm not too sure how that works out, but I've heard of people actually going through that and not actually getting paid, even though they said they did the presentation. If you are unlucky enough to get recruited into one of these multi-level marketing schemes, you're gonna start selling it to friends and family. And believe me, if you go and try to sell a whole bunch of stuff with every single person you know, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's that person again. They're trying to sell me more vitamins or sell me this or that. They always have some stuff in their trunk that they're trying to sell. You're going to use up your relationship power. You're asking people for a favor, really. So when you do enough of that, you're gonna use up the total amount of favors you got from your friends and family. You know, this is not unlimited. These are relationships here. And these multi-level marketing schemes runs on your ability to use up your relationship. Well, if you use up your relationships, they can recruit another person that can use up their relationship, so they can like kind of harvest a whole bunch of relationship from everybody, and that's how they make their money. I hope this was helpful, especially for those that just graduated high school, because those are the people that may be looking for a job and most vulnerable to this type of marketing. If you're interested in supporting my channel, you can check out my Audible link down in the video description below, where you can actually get a free audiobook in the free trial. And even if you cancel the trial, you can keep the audiobook and you can help support this channel. You can also support my channel directly over here on my Patreon page. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if you've ever been part of one of these multi-level marketing schemes, and don't forget to subscribe over here. Thanks for watching.